I wish that more people understood that we are more than just a shelter. I wish people would know how incredible the youth that we're serving are and how important the issue of youth homelessness is and what Jackson Street is doing in our 3-county region, our state, and across the U.S. to help end youth homelessness. Such a big issue, but Jackson Street is making a huge impact on ending youth homelessness, on bringing that vision full circle.
I think that starts with our intake process. It starts with, this is what we're doing, and regardless if you make it or not, even if you leave after an hour, we have our aftercare services, and we're not going to let you fall through the cracks. And whenever you're ready, you can call us up.
We very much have evidence-based practices, don't get me wrong. We definitely have our by the books, we have trainings, we have all the things in the world. But at the end of the day, we do not lose sight of the person. Other organizations might look at a young adult or youth as a name on a page, whatever. The culture is for staff and for clients, for youth, young adults. We know them as a person, we treat them as a person. That's the only way you can get to reach people. That is what makes the difference between other organizations that just say they care about you versus maybe a supervisor saying, how was that baseball game last week? Or how's that long-term goal of you saving up for a car? Like, they're not lost on supervisors, they're not lost on staff, and those are very unique.
Youth that come to our services, they don't trust service providers because a lot of the times they've let them down, or they don't trust adults because they haven't had that strong role model of an adult in their life. So for Jackson Street, trust is something that it takes a while to build, but it's the consistency that matters. I just look at these kids and I know that if they don't have someone to push them, then they won't push themselves. And every single one that comes into our services deserves the world. And they've been dealt some pretty crappy cards, but it's okay, because Jackson Street, we can take those cards and reshuffle them and able to kind of give them a little different outlook, whether it's for 24 hours, whether it's 2 hours, whether it's 24 days. Like, every kid deserves it.
I just know that every time I come to work every day, I'm just hoping to make some sort of impact, whether it's a laugh, whether it's showing a youth that, hey, this is where you can go to apply for a job, this is where you can go to apply for food stamps, or if it's just me having a conversation with a youth and a youth has that moment of vulnerability to where they're just like, thank you for listening, or just thank you for being there. I think it's those little seeds like that kind of keep me going and keep me coming back.
I would say more often than not, Jackson Street does get to see through our different continuums and the way that we have continuum of care and the way that we can meet youth throughout their young life, in different stages. We have the opportunity to get to see a lot of those seeds actually come to fruition, and that's really exciting to get to be a part of that and get to observe those exciting moments of
those little achievements. Whether it's a youth learning how to do their laundry for the first time, or learn a new instrument, or just anything, like those little achievements I know keep me going. Because I know every single day is an opportunity for them to learn something. And so that's honestly what fuels me.
I think some of the best days are the days when we actually just get out of the shelter with the youth and we just go and do something fun. So like over spring break, we did so many activities. We went to the beach, we went to like the cheese factory or the zoo and all these things. And it's like, those are the days where you're like, these are literally children, and like, you need to treat them that way, and you need to connect with them and build that positive relationship with them. And it's just the best days to see them smiling and happy, even though like they're in the toughest situation right now.
This kind of might be a clashing of worlds for me, but I'm a big baseball guy. And if I learn anything from baseball, is that failure is expected. 7 out of 10 times you're gonna fail, and that's a good baseball player. Same thing with this work. I mean, the most rewarding thing to me out of this work is failing many times with youth and young adults. To learn something, to try something new, and be there every step of the way. I mean, and then at the end of it all, when it's like, hey, it clicked, or hey, wow, I have a key to my apartment that I never thought I was gonna get. I have a car that I never thought, I could drive. It's doing things and failing and going through all the hardship, and to truly kind of know how proud that young adult or youth is when they finally get it. There's nothing else. There's nothing better.
You get to choose, When I was hanging out with bad people when I was growing up, and not bad, they're still really good friends, but they chose different paths, Some are still facing drug charges, are in jail. Some are no longer here with us, and being able to be somewhere where I can also share that you can go somewhere, but it's your choice. You can decide to go down this path, or this path is going to lead you elsewhere, and be able to give that opportunity for another youth and to show them that they have potential and they're worthy of a chance at this thing that we call life. And for me too, I was given an opportunity. I was, started from the bottom, worked my way up, and I was given an opportunity from Kendra and the organization to continue to grow our program, and we're doing it, and it's just a great place to work. It's not just for the kids, it's also for our staff to be able to have a place that is for the kids, but also for us to be able to grow and to be challenged as young professionals, and to be a voice for the youth that aren't being represented.
I don't know. I just want everyone to know what impact Jackson Street has had for the past 20 years and what it will become in the next 20 years. Like, we can accomplish anything that we as this organization can set their mind to, and I know we can because we've made it this far, and I'm just blessed to be a part of this privilege, to be able to grow with this organization, challenge its limits, and see what else we can do to help serve these youth.
What would I tell a donor to inspire them about Jackson Street? Honestly, I don't know if I could tell a donor anything other than get involved and learn for yourself. Feel it for yourself. Meet these youth for yourself. Take the time to know who they are for yourself. Because once you have that opportunity, and once you've been able to make a connection or just hear a story, that's all the convincing that you need to support Jackson Street, to support a youth that's struggling, and to help end youth homelessness.